It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Welcome to another episode of Uber Rides to Riches. I'm your host, Dean the Wealth Coach. In today's episode, it's about applying what you learned. For the last couple of years, I really got into reading books I got real deep. Every month I was reading a new book. At one point I was reading 3 books a month. And because I wanted to finish all these books because I felt like there's so much information in these books that I could use. Lo and behold, I didn't do anything with this information. I actually read less because I was trying to read more. If you want to go fast, there's a hack. And the hack is go slow. Because when you try to speed up, you lose your integrity, if that's the word, of what it is that you're trying to do. Because you're going through all these books for me. Now, what information are you really retaining? And how are you going to apply all these things all at once? And I think it's because I was listening to these books. What is wrong with this person? This guy just hit the curb. Wow. Did you not see that, bro? Oh, God. Anywho, this guy's drunk. Oh, boy. Sorry. So back to what I was saying. Man, this guy just threw me off. Reading the books. So reading too many at one time, not being able to let it sink in what I just read, and being able to execute it. Going back to reading one book, not even in a month, because setting these timelines for myself or deadlines throws me off with consuming the information. And then I'm not giving myself enough time to actually try these things out. A book called Principles by Ray Dalio, I read years ago, but now the actual framework in that book, I'm applying it, where it's like, oh, this is what he meant in his book. And taking those lessons that I learned and applying it now, writing it out, and then trying it again to see if it works. Because if it does work, then I have a set of principles that I could set for myself to follow on a weekly basis. One thing that I encourage is when reading a book, try to write down what you thought of when you read what you read. Take notes, yes, but take notes on your thoughts, not what you read. Because if you take notes on what you thought, you're more likely to remember what took place in the book. And now, this is more so for people for self-development. What you read, try and apply it and see how it worked out for you. It may be hard. Oh man, my mirror again. It may be hard for you, but that's the whole purpose of you trying it. Because if it's hard, that means it's working, or it's a good thing. Because now, what is hard can also become easy. That's the flip side of it. Always look for the inverse. Hard, easy. If you start, you can finish. That's the what I noticed about myself this week, and it's applying it to trading. Now, instead of writing down the steps I did, write down all the things that I shouldn't have done. Because I know what it's kind of like a routine thing already for me now. All right, I know what I'm looking for, all that stuff, like it's embedded in my head. What's not embedded in my head is how to prevent myself from losing money. All the wrong stuff that I did. That is what I need to document, and I need to find a process around that. And I started thinking already of a process. Funny enough, I watched a video by Robert Kiyosaki. He was talking about the market moves in waves. It goes up slowly and then crashes, and then it levels out. And when he said that, I was like, when I was trading, I was like, I noticed that where it went up, it crashed very hard. Now I'm waiting to see if it's gonna level out before it takes another wave again, which is a good thing, because I know that there's a cycle, and I need to find where I am in that cycle. It also led me to the Wall Street cheat sheet. If you want to look that up, it's a really good sheet. It helps you understand the market, the emotions people go through with the market. And right now, I'm at euphoria of that sheet. I'm going to show you a picture right here. Also, another thing is how I'm going to, I guess, entertain my itch for trading during this time, because I know next week I'm going to come in thinking that I can beat the market, think it's going to happen, but it's not. So what I'm going to do is trade with a dummy account. So that way, I still get the itch, and if I lose nothing. And the great part is, it's like me practicing and sharpening my skills to make sure that the formula that I have actually works. I don't need to make money every day. I just need to make solid trades and my money will grow. That's my formula. I'm sharing this prematurely with you guys, but the reason I'm sharing this with you guys so that you can hold me accountable and be like, hey, I thought you said you're gonna do this. Then if I don't do it, I'm gonna feel stupid. So I'm literally asking you guys to hold me accountable. And if you wanna help me with this trading or wanna learn more about trading, I left a link in the description to join the Wealth Builders Academy. It's absolutely free. You don't have to worry. It's just a community where like-minded individuals come together to try to buy back our time, because time is not infinite. It's scarce. So the more time we have for ourselves and our family and our loved ones, the better our life is. So that's what I'm asking you guys to do. Just click the link down in the description below to join the Wealth Builders Academy. But going back to what I was saying, that's something that I realized in myself. Another thing is trade. Sometimes I didn't trade. And I found I did all this during the last day of trading, which was the Friday. I began to overtrade like crazy. I was overtrading. And the moment I started to overtrade, I started to lose money. So I was like, that's number 2. So it's like, turn off everything and go enjoy yourself. And to be honest, a self-reflection, because I was starting to overtrade, my emotions got the best of me. And I started portraying that out on family members. So I said, that's another sign of I need to stop. Set my trading times. This is the time, it's like going to work. Once you're done work, you're off the clock. If you were working a regular job for somebody and they said, all right, 4 o'clock, it's closing time. Are you gonna stay there after work? No, you're gonna run out of that building as fast as you can so that you can get home and do whatever it is that you wanna do. So that was another mistake that I made, that I said, okay, that is what I need to do. Find my cutoff time, and then that's it. And I know what my 2 cutoff times are. It's early morning, set my plan up, trade till about 10:30, then off. Then after that, come back at 3 o'clock if there's any opportunities. Quick scalps. But what I did was, I'm trying to hold it like it's gonna do the same thing it did again. No, the market doesn't work that way. It doesn't work in your favor. It's against you. So play with a set of rules. Once you have the rules, use those rules over and over again. And that's how you'll make money. The other thing that I did was I was over leveraging. So I was using too much money and thinking like, I'm gonna double what I made in like 10 minutes. And it's like, no, silly. That's the biggest rookie mistake that you could obviously make. It's like, yo, trade with your size and that's it. And after your 1-2 trades, that's it. Like, that's it. Get out of it. One thing I did do correctly, I didn't jump into other trades because of what I seen other people say, or I didn't do my research before jumping into a trade. So I'm proud of myself for that. So these are some things that I'm going to be executing. I'm going to write it down. Also do another self-reflection to deep dive in the way I treated this week. And then those are going to be a set of my principles that I'm going to use going forward. So I encourage you guys, if there's something that you want to do, write down all the wrong things that you did, because you can learn from those faster than you can learn from the things that you already know what to do. Or you're not going to learn from the things that you already know what to do. And this is me taking a different approach, because the approach I always took before was just writing down the process, but I never follow it. So it's like, okay, that's not working for me. Maybe writing down everything that you did wrong and saying, I will not do this, will be better for me, right? It may not work for you, but that's gonna work for me. It's like, don't do this. So it's like, okay, I did this last time. This is the results I'm gonna get. And that's gonna prevent me from losing money. Do you see where I'm going with this? So I encourage you guys, start by writing out your principles as to what you're gonna follow in terms of achieving your goals. And the next piece is, I wrote this down on my milestone mountain. It's my little goals leading up to my big goals. And this is something I didn't do before. And I felt good for doing it this time because it's something that I could see. It was something that I know is attainable, very attainable. And I rewarded myself for following the plan. So I just want to pat myself on the back for that, for sticking to the plan. So if you have big goals, start by setting the little ones first to help you gain momentum to get to those big goals. Because it'll build your confidence. And when you're confident in something, you're going to go full force. Nothing can stop you. But when you have no confidence and you lack it, you're going to start talking to yourself. You're going to be like, maybe it's not going to work. Maybe I shouldn't try now. And you're just going to keep doubting yourself. You need to start building your confidence by having those losses. Those losses will help you build confidence because you can go back, reflect on them, and know where you need to fix. Also, not setting due dates or deadlines. Not due dates, deadlines. That's the word. Deadlines, I don't work good with deadlines because when I put a deadline, I never follow through with them. But if I just say, this is what I'm working towards, I will achieve my goal. Like before, I was setting deadlines to read books. End of the month, finish the book. And you know what happened? I never finished the book by the end of the month because it was just too much pressure on myself. Don't create pressure for yourself. Just create the little goals or the little steps towards achieving your goal. For me, the books is read what I can. Try to read 10 pages, maybe even read the chapter. Read it throughout the day because then it's not as boring and you can consume bite-sized information. So that works for me. Like when I wake up, I'll read, or going to bed, I'll read. Maybe in the day, if I have time, I'll squeeze in a little session to read. And by the time you know it, I finish a chapter. Like those little increments lead up to me achieving the big goals. I appreciate you guys for watching today. Sorry for the noise of the rain, but make sure to click the subscribe button if you found value in this video. Also, I left another video that you can watch next saying how to make money without starting a business. And I'll see you on the next video.